Good evening, friends. I'm Professor Shivyogi Patil, your training and placement officer. First of all, I would like to thank everyone who has cooperated for successful completion of the 3 days workshop on aptitude, the qualitative and quantitative aptitude, reasoning, logical reasoning, mathematical reasoning, verbal and non-verbal reasoning. And I would also like to thank the students who have all attended this particular workshop, the BCom students, BBA student, and BCA students. So I think out of more than 250 students, somewhere around 75 to 80 students have attended this particular workshop. I'm a little bit worried about the number of students who have registered for this particular workshop. Okay, you might be having many reasons. Some of you might be planning to join PG courses. Some of you might be planning to have your own ideas for joining family business and all. But I don't find any reason to remain absent for this particular workshop because it was free. And the kind of teaching was very good, and you would enhance your knowledge about the mathematical ability, verbal and non-verbal reasoning, qualitative and quantitative aptitude, and all of those things. You would have updated your knowledge, which you have learned earlier in your courses. But somehow you decided that this is not for us. Of course, a lot of students have now already decided that even the soft skill portion is not for us, because I am seeing a lot of absentees even for the soft skill classes. Now, I will tell you one important thing, that is my story itself. See, I passed civil engineering B in 1984. Then actually in my mind there was only one thing: to join a government job. Then of course I worked as a part-time or a contract basis for about 7 to 8 years in different places, different local places. Then, but what happened was there was a call form came very late. Government call form came very late, and I was not able to get the job because at that time the number of vacant posts and the number of applications, there was a large difference, and only SC/ST candidates and backward community candidates were able to grab the job, government job, that is PWD job, whereas people like us who had general merit and who didn't have like very high score like distinction and all. I was first class, actually average first class. I was all 5 years average was first class, 65% something. So I couldn't get the job. Then I did my MTech, of course, to try into the teaching field, but the teaching field was also become saturated in those days, because there were a very less number of engineering colleges. So I finally decided that because I didn't want to go away from my place like Bangalore or Bombay or something like that, because I was a lone child, lone boy in my house, only one son. So even my parents were apprehensive about sending me at faraway places. So therefore, I decided to start a business. So in summary, the civil engineering was not very attractive in those days. So it was facing problems because of the lack of opportunity, because there was no globalization there in those times, no globalization, no large projects. So by this, there was a lacuna in jobs. Then I did MTech also, but as I said earlier, there was saturation in that field also. Then I fed up with the things. Of course, MTech also I did with first class. But the thing is, I fed up with all these things, and then I have decided to go to business field. Then, with my brother-in-law, we started a business in computer hardware and sales services, networking and all. And even I learned a lot about computers in one of the premier institute, CGIST. Then I started teaching about the computer hardware, how to assemble computer, how to repair a computer, networking and all those things. So my business went very well. It flourished for about 15 years. After 15 years, there was a downslide. It is because of the competition. The competition increased tenfold, you can say 10x. Competition increased 10x, or maybe you can call it as 100x. And there was entry of big shots, Marwaris and all, in the field of computer hardware and networking. Just like today, the big shop, Reliance and all entered into that field. So the small players are suffering right now. So similar thing happened then. So it was very slow down. We had to depend only on the servicing thing. So at that time, because since we were partners, it was very difficult to share the things. So I decided to come out. To my fortune, once again, the civil engineering field came into demand. It was because during the time of around 2000, there was a globalization. There is a lot of changes were happened in the world economy as well as Indian economy. Large projects were coming. IT boom was there. IT boom started. So a lot of things happened in those days, in those 15 to 20 years when we were in business. So again, civil got the demand. Then there was a chance to join me into an engineering college as a assistant professor because I had an MTech degree with good grade also, because getting even first class in Karnataka University. Right now it is in VTO, under VTO, but in those days colleges were under Karnataka University. Getting even a first class 65 to 66% in first Karnataka University was regarded as a very good score, very respectable score. Grading system was not there. So I joined, first I joined a diploma college to get 2 years experience of teaching. Then I joined Thundadara College of Engineering, and I was working till 2019 for 10 years. Then I got ready. Why I am telling you this story? See, I had a flourishing business for nearly 20 years. After 20 years, there is a sudden the competition, due to competition and many other factors, we could not survive. Of course, my business is still there, not my business. My partner, who is my brother-in-law also, he is continuing with that. He's servicing and others in a small scale he is doing, but it has suffered. So in that time, what helped me is my earlier degree, because it was already 20 years back. I had done MTech degree that helped me to grab a job in an engineering college as a assistant professor. Otherwise, I would not have got. So that is the reason I am telling you. I am telling you this story. See, today you might be having a family business. But are you sure that you will survive, your family business will survive? Because what happened in 20-25 years in my era, during that era, may happen in 2 to 3 years or 4 to 5 years in future. After pandemic, already it is happening due to pandemic. A lot of businesses are collapsing. A lot of things are happening. The losses were there. So now the world has become VUCA world, that is very volatile, very uncertain, very complex, and you have to adapt it. So adaptability is very, very difficult. So that is called VUCA word. So you don't know, there is so much of uncertainty that you don't know which business will survive, which business doesn't. So in such cases, are you 100% sure that whatever business you are doing already, maybe your family business, or you are doing it, or maybe your job also, will it survive the changing times or testing times, I can say. I will say it as a testing science. So the only thing which can help you after, if there is any disaster, only thing that will help you is your degree. The only thing you will help you is the grades, the percentage you take in your degree, as well as the soft skills, you gain during your college days. My dear friend, try to understand. So if my business is running well today, doesn't mean that after 5 years also it will run well. If I am doing a job today, it doesn't mean that that company where I am doing job will survive after 5 years. There is no guarantee, because times are changing. There is something called artificial intelligence. There is something called robotic. There is something called machine learning, which will be coming very fast. And in next 5 to 10 years, everybody is going to implement that, and everything will change. Everything will change. So lot of people may lose job or something like that. That is the necessity of now concentrating on your degree, your soft skills, and continuously upskilling yourself with the latest skills. Because in the last video only, I have told you about post-COVID job position and what are the things you need to learn to survive after COVID-19 pandemic is over. What are the skills? So it may be blockchain technology, it may be machine learning, it may be artificial intelligence, it may be robotics, it may be application, generating an application without coding, it may be Bitcoin. So there are the big data. So there are data analytics, digital marketing, especially, that is very, very this thing, digital marketing automation. So there are n number of things you should need to learn continuously, upgrade your skills, upskilling yourself, so that you can serve the future. Otherwise, my dear friends, take this advice very seriously. I am not telling, see, I am not make you apprehensive, or I am not, I don't want to create fear in you. So there is nothing to fear. But if you want to survive the post-pandemic market, so you need to be upskilling yourself. You need to be, sometimes you have to unlearn some and relearn new things. You have to continuously update your knowledge. Where your present degree, the grading you take, the soft skill you learn, and other skill you learn, your practice, everything comes into account. Tomorrow, if anything happens to your business or family business or the job you are doing, because the company you are serving, whatever happens, and tomorrow if you lose the job, what will help you is that today's degree, today's skills, whatever you have upskilled. So till then, whatever you learn and all those things. So my dear friends, remember, if you want to survive in future, so learning should be a lifelong process. Learning new skills should be a lifelong process. That's why I narrated my story, because after 20 years of my graduation, after 20 to 25 years of my graduation, even though my business was losing its profit, I could survive because I had a degree which was made before 20 years. I had a degree. So I had some skills also. So therefore, my dear friends, please don't neglect the classes. Please don't neglect the workshops. Please don't neglect the soft skill classes, any type of soft skill classes. So please don't neglect. Second thing I wanted to point out in the same video is, in future, I'm going to regularly share the what you call it as a online or offline recruitment links, online and offline recruitment links, or job requirements and all, apply to each and every job, whether you want to join or not. That is a secondary thing. So apply it. If interview letter comes, attend the interview. If there is a graduate aptitude test comes, attend the aptitude test religiously, devotionally, preparing for it, not just blindly appearing, preparing for it, because you need practice. You can't pass in a aptitude test in first attempt. So there, you can't pass or you can't be successful at the first attempt. Failures are necessary. Failures lays the foundation of the success. I'm not telling about the academic failure, but in job market. So you will get a lot of rejections. Maybe you get a lot of rejections. What you have to do is why I failed, why I rejected. You have to analyze it, and you have to continuously improve upon it. So therefore, on 26, there is a TCS aptitude test. 24, they have kept a mock test. Attend the mock test also, and that 26th TCS test also. So that will give you enough clarity about how they are going to recruit the candidates, what type of questions they will ask. So your confidence will increase as many number of such interviews, such tests you appear. Because Sachin Tendulkar did become a great batsman just by playing 1 or 2 matches. He has played the hundreds of matches, thousands of runs he has scored. Then only he could able to join the state team. Then he become there. He scored again thousands of runs. Then he become a national player and then national international player. Success doesn't come easily. You need to have practices. You need to have failures. Take the failure in your stride. Take the failures as feedback. Analyze them. Learn from them. Then only you can be successful. So I told you today in the closing function of the workshop, always aim for high. So keep for after BBA or BCA or MBA, whatever you are doing. So keep a big game and work on that. So even if you cannot have it achieve that big game or big goal or big dream, at least you will end up somewhere where you will get a respectable job, you will get a respectable salary. So therefore, my dear friends, don't take my words lightly. It is very, very important that at this age, you complete your degree, you complete all the skills which are required to survive in the market, whether right now, whatever you maybe you are doing. So with this message, I'm concluding this particular video. Thank you. Thank you.